Alrighty, welcome back to the Rolling Conversation. I'm your host, Francisco Lima.
And I'm your co-host, Natasha Dillon.
And I'm really excited for today. We're going to talk about all good things you want to hear. And I want to start today with something fun. So I remember, of course, like we are doing a Jiu-Jitsu podcast, right? And inside of the podcast, we are talking about different areas of their lives. But because I'm a professor and I'm here every day, so different days we have like so many stories, right, Natasha, about how the kids treat each other, the students, like the adults. And then one of my favorite class, it's the PE class, right? The PE class goes 3 to 5 years old, and then they are amazing. And then one day I was teaching, and then this kid was messing around so much, and they was getting crazy during the class. And then I called him. He wasn't listening. I called him again, and then he walked away towards me. And then I said to him, "Are you paying attention? Are you listening up?" And then he literally looked at me and say, "Are you happy?" So how you can be mad with those kids, right? And then like literally changing my humor, and I couldn't stop like internally, right? Laugh anymore, because I can show them I'm like laughing that much so they can change a little bit their behavior. But it's so much fun teaching the POEs. So today we're gonna talking about Jiu-Jitsu prices. We're gonna talking about leadership, and then we're gonna talking about how like a Jiu-Jitsu professor can be a good leader. And as a Jiu-Jitsu owner and a professor, I want to ask my students, do you think Jiu-Jitsu expensive or not?
Yeah, so I think what people find expensive is going to be framed on several things. It's going to be framed on, well, how much money are they making at the time, and what do they find value in, right? So for myself, while originally when I came into the sport, I was like, oh, wow, this is a very expensive sport. You got to buy gis, you got to buy rash guards, you got to pay a monthly membership. And coming into that, you're thinking, oh, well, I could just go to a 24-hour fitness for what, $24.99 a month? So if you frame it in that context, of course, you can think that, oh, yeah, it's going to be expensive. But the value that you get from here kind of eliminates what like one's perspective would be on finding something expensive.
100%. And I want to just compare one thing to another that's take advantage about what you said. You go for 24 hours, right? We're going to talk about all these like items right here, these subtopics. And then you're going to do your workout. You're going to maybe work something else. You're going to be healthy. I think it's really important you go outside and then do something else. However, doing the Jiu-Jitsu, and then sometimes you go to the gym, you don't talk with nobody looks at you, nobody even say hi, unless the front desk. You don't make friends every day, and it's such a like singular activity it's only about you, right? Jiu-Jitsu, that's like the same. It's like singular, right? It's about you improve every day yourself, like training, repeating, do this stuff. But every day when you come right here, you talk with everybody, you talk with the different people, you make friends, you do businesses, you distress, talk with somebody else about if you're going and have a bad day, a good day, you start like having so much more. They only work your body. Is already paid the price. But we're gonna go topic by topic. I don't think Jiu-Jitsu is expensive at all. And I think the price, it's really directed for the benefits, right? Jiu-Jitsu brings to everybody's lives. And I believe at top that whatever you pay, right, like different price for different schools, you're gonna have different benefits, right? So sometimes the school charge you want something else because you go there, it's like some professor just messing around, they don't care what you do. And then because you don't know better about jiu-jitsu, you think you pay for jiu-jitsu. In reality, you pay just for messing around, right? So when you go for like a facility that provides you a jiu-jitsu class in the different areas with a curriculum, with structure, right? So that's when you start jiu-jitsu getting a little bit more viral. Like instead of going for any type of gym, the gym like provides you jiu-jitsu, and then you start like messing around, and then you think that's messing around. And then when you look at for a real jiu-jitsu school that is charging like double or 3 times more, you think it's expensive. But that's because a real jiu-jitsu school, right? That's because they are like providing the reality of jiu-jitsu. And they want to like put 10 subtopics right here about what jiu-jitsu provides to you. First of all, discipline, confidence, ability to work in a group, mental health, coordination, and the body awareness, fitness, right? Ability to deal with difficult situations, self-defense, parent and the child bond, and respect. Let's go talk about a little bit all of them. What do you think about discipline for you, Natasha? What do you understand about discipline?
Yeah, so especially for our kids' classes, I feel like jiu-jitsu is a very important tool in teaching discipline to children, because a lot of times, you know, parents are having a tough time with their kids and they don't know what the solution is, right? And then when they bring them here and we have a structured class, we have an instructor who is showing leadership skills and guiding them in the right direction, these kids come out with more discipline, more respect for their parents, more respect for authority, and they just come out completely different people than when they started.
100%. And what I like to say about discipline, that's a capacity to do things that sometimes we don't want to do, right? Because it's really hard, and then require a lot of effort. And then this effort, we're going to say it's your consistency, right? So teach the kids such a young age how to be consistent in life. It's amazing. It's unbelievable. It's priceless. We're talking about price. It's priceless. Think about your kids going to be already commit to do something else twice or 3 times or even every day in order to improve, in order to get better, in order to develop a better, healthy lifestyle, and they accomplish goals as a big champion, and they inspire others in the different areas. Like you go to school, the kids like know you train jiu-jitsu, you go for competition, they start to look up at you as a role model. That's a priceless. And I even think about, it's not only about kids, because I know a lot of adults come to the class because they need more discipline. They don't have discipline, right? And discipline, it's a combination of a bunch of things, but the most of them, it's the capacity to be consistent, right? So if you're not consistent, it means you don't have discipline. You do whatever you want to do, when you want to do. When you have consistency, it means, are you following directions? Are you following rules? Are you being disciplined? What you want to do, what you want to accomplish. So discipline, and the successful people, right? The difference between successful people and the not successful people, it's successful people, they know sometimes things is really hard to do, but because they want to succeed in life, they do. As an athlete, you want to be a champion? Yeah. How many times you need to train every day? How many times you need to train every week? How many times you need to go to the gym? What do you need to do with your foot? So discipline is something else most of people should have. Actually, everybody should have to accomplish things. But, it's really hard because we are lack of consistency.
Right. So what are some of the ways that jiu-jitsu instills discipline specifically in adults?
Say that again, sorry.
What are some of the ways that jiu-jitsu instills discipline in adults?
Think about it. You are home today. You just come home like from your work. You tired. You want to hang out with your kids. You want to maybe go to a jacuzzi or pool or shower. Just lay down your sofa just watch TV, and then you take a decision to get your gi, to get in the car, drive all the way to the school and the training, because this is going to provide you a little bit more. I'm not telling you should change the time, quality time with your family to be to the jiu-jitsu, but as long as you're going to find a balance to be with your family and they also give something else to your life, for your personal life, it's really important you keep your body, your mind, and then your life in general healthy, right? That's discipline. That's consistency. Like, you need put yourself in a step to push you forward.
Absolutely. And like, our community here allows us to do that, because if we have a teammate that hasn't shown up in a week, we're all asking, oh, where are you? You got to come back into the gym, right? So that allows the person to help motivate them to get back into the gym.
100%. So we talked about discipline, and then let's go talk about confidence, right? So when you started doing jiu-jitsu, like, that's my like personal experience. I don't know about you. We never talked about that much about this, but when they start like doing jiu-jitsu, I've been trying a couple different martial arts before. I did kickboxing, I did Muay Thai, and I did judo. And then most of my whole life, I was going to the gym, right? And then I want to be big. I want to be massive. Just for one reason, I want to show others I was afraid of that anymore, right? I want to be confident about who I was. And none of them, they gave it to me confident, but knowing the level that jiu-jitsu gave to me. Because even when I was big, right, I knew if this guy know how to fight, I don't think my muscles is going to stop them. It was more like intimidating to make them walk away from me. That literally, I was ready to fight because I wasn't. But when they started like Train Jiu-Jitsu a couple months later, I was in the army actually, and they started like being challenged for like a couple of my teammates. And they always want to fight with each other, like kind of fight club inside of the army to see who has more abilities, skills. And I remember it was like 6 months training jiu-jitsu. I was like smashing everybody. That was not training jiu-jitsu, like capoeira or kickboxing. Like, when the fight goes on the ground, jiu-jitsu, that's the most dominant martial art. So like, with no doubt of that. So that's why jiu-jitsu brought so much confidence into my life. And then I was able to walk in the street, to go for my school, to go for parties, shoppings, like whatever was going, I was confident because I wasn't afraid anymore, because I knew I could defend myself. And then through all these like martial arts that I've been trying before, jiu-jitsu was the only one brought this into me.
Yeah, I know for myself, I come from a little bit of a different perspective. Before I started jiu-jitsu, I was completely unconfident. Yeah, I mean, I'm a very like shy and reserved person. I didn't find myself engaging in a lot of social situations. And jiu-jitsu completely changed everything for me. I think part of it is because we have such a great community, so I was able to make some friends. Part of it is because I feel better, I look better, I present myself differently. One thing we notice is even with the kids, when they walk in, a lot of the times they're kind of like, they have this posture of a kid who's like very shy and reserved and, you know, closed off. And then a few months on the mat, they start to stand up tall. They start to smile more. They start to look people in the eye when they're talking to them, you know? This confidence, I don't necessarily think that it's from me being able to defend myself. It's just my whole perspective has changed.
I'm not talking about bad things of others, martial arts or sports. But you can do swimming, you can do gymnastics, you can do whatever you want to do for your whole life. You're never going to change this because you still do not know how to protect yourself. Like, knowing how to defend yourself, it's like that's the game change, right? Know how to fight. You don't need to fight, but you need to know what to do. And then you are 100% correct We saw this every single time right here. The kids, like, they can barely walk. They can barely see into the eyes. They shoulders down. They are not confident. It doesn't take that much for the kids. 1 to 3 months later, they're like a different kids, right? I have like so many kids come over here to my school, like with the 3, 4, 5 years old, they're like drooling. And the first class, a couple classes later, they're like talking, they're walking, they're running, they're like better speakers. Like, Jiu-Jitsu is definitely a game changer when you're talking about confidence. And on top, as I said, like as an adult, right? We have the same experience. Like it brings so much confidence into like our lives. It's priceless, right? So like changes everything. But let's go move on. We are talking about discipline. We are talking about confidence, ability to work in a group. How do you see the thing?
Yeah, so I mean, on the mats, you have to work very collaboratively with your teammates. It is an individual sport, but without others, just like we said last time, nothing happens. You know, you need other people to train with. You need other people to share ideas with, especially since, like, well, you teach us the techniques, right? But as individuals, we get creative in how we want to implement them into our games, right? So one of the ways that we get creative is we start sharing ideas with our teammates on, oh, I wonder if this grip would work differently. You know what I mean? Oh, I wonder if I grab the lapel here, is it going to make the sweep more or less effective? We need that feedback from others, right? So if you're used to only focusing on yourself, I don't think you're going to grow as fast in the sport.
I agree with you. And then think about it. You go to the gym, as you said before. You're going to do your workout. You're going to work your legs, your chest, your shoulder. You don't talk with nobody else. You're going to improve your body and in a way for yourself, right? But you don't, like you already see the difference between one and another, but you do improve your life in that amplified way, right? We are talking about going to the gym, do one step to myself. We are talking about going to a jiu-jitsu school, doing your working out, training, and they interact with each other. You already changed something. You changed your body, you changed your mind, and then right now you know how to communicate. You know how to cooperate with each other. That's another thing. Brings a lot of value for the kids because sometimes the kid doesn't know how to talk with each other. Here's my example. I didn't go to a party a couple months ago that have like 10, 15 kids. None of that do jiu-jitsu. In 5-10 minutes, they already like crying and they complain about each other because they are fighting, they are jumping on top of each other, that they don't know how to do better when they are playing around with each other. Then eventually they got hurt, right? So last week I didn't go for like a birthday party that was one of my students. Like we have like 10 kids, most of them, I'm telling like 8 or 9, they are jiu-jitsu athletes. I didn't see nobody crying because they got hurt. So that's a game change. They know how to work it together. They know how to fight together. They know how to protect each other. That's priceless. If you were talking about price, that's priceless.
And also, mind you, these kids are 5 years old. Name another 5-year-old birthday party where you've never seen a kid cry. It just doesn't happen.
Right? It's crazy, right? And then like how you bring so much awareness for like a 5 years old, 3 years old, 4 years old kid, just teach jiu-jitsu during the class. It's unbelievable. Mental health. So nowadays, the most thing we do, it's the kids watching TV, on the phones, iPads, doing everything, but like no do like what I can say like all the schools activities, going out, hanging out with the friends, like play soccer, play racquetball or whatever. Be more outside. They are play a lot of video games right now, like, and then jiu-jitsu came out right as like an activity to bring those kids out of this what I can say millennial generation, right? Like how they want to be out of computers, screens, and then all these technologies, and they keep them in a health mental way to go. What's your idea about this?
Yeah, so I can say from personal experience, jiu-jitsu has been the single most impactful thing on my mental health. When I started jiu-jitsu, so I am a very anxious person, and I found that through jiu-jitsu, I've been able to control that. I've been able to, like it's an outlet for people. It's a way for them to go through challenging times in their life, because you face obstacles on the mat that you don't think that you can solve in the moment, and then you still have to work through it when you're training with another person, right? So you build these tools and you learn how to cope with difficult situations on the mat, and I really feel like that transfers over into real life.
100%. And then we're gonna talk better about this like soon. But the mental health, as you said, helps 100%, because you want to come right here, you want to do like your techniques, you're going to hang out with your friends, you're going to talk about good things. Like, I don't see like things like people talking about bad things. You're not going to keep like this environment that you need to gossip about others and then talk like about bad things. Like, it's as a health place to keep and be health.
Yeah.
And then for the kids, doesn't have another better place to go. Of course, you can do like your soccer, volleyball, whatever you want to do. But I believe jiu-jitsu is something else. It's something else to improve every single child's lives.
Completely agree.
Right? Coordination and the body awareness. So we can see people when they come right here, they don't know even how to fall. How even possible? I don't know how to fall. Isn't crazy? I don't know how to roll. I don't know how to fall my side. The kids, they don't know how to fall. They think they know. That's why they got hurt in the knee and the neck and the elbow. It's like drama every day, right? You know jiu-jitsu. You know how to protect your body. You attention about the way you go, the way you shuffle. Isn't it true? So what do you think about this, Natasha?
Yeah, I didn't know how to front roll. I didn't know how to back roll. I didn't know how to fall. I was one of the most uncoordinated people when I stepped into this gym. And you can see this especially in the kids, because we're lucky enough to have a good Pee-wee's class, right? It's pretty good size. And so we get to see a lot of kids come in on their first day at 3 years old being completely unable to move. They don't know how to do a jumping jack. They don't know how to do a push-up. They're babies. They don't have any of the coordination that, adults have.
Yeah.
Right? And then you literally watch them completely transform within a matter of weeks. All of a sudden, this kid who could barely walk, could barely talk, is doing front rolls. They're doing back rolls. They're doing everything in the class without a single problem.
And they're the best. Teach others. They are becoming leaders. Mm-hmm. That's what I love the most. Help each other to do better. Mm-hmm. Another benefit from jiu-jitsu, self-defense. We saw people being bullied every day right here. They are coming to the school because my kid was practicing in the school. My kid was like hidden in the park. My personal experience, I didn't know how to stand out to myself, because I didn't know any martial arts, and I was afraid to even, if I need to get into a fight, what I'm going supposed to do. The jiu-jitsu brings this confidence about, first of all, I don't want to fight, right? I don't need to fight, but if I will, I know what to do. So self-defense, that's a game change. Like, when you know what you are able to do, you're not afraid anymore. You can go to the school, the shoulders you're talking about, because they don't know how to protect themselves. The shoulders right now is out there, right? So they can look for, they can grab like the books, and they walk into the school without fear, without like afraid of somebody else is going to try bullying them. But hey, buddy, you better do not do this with me, because I literally can take you down, and then you're going to look bad. So you know how to deal with difficult situations, because right now you know better about you. Doesn't have like any better way to deal with the situations when you know better about you. When you don't know about you, it's hard.
Right. Yeah, even beyond the techniques that we learn on the mat, you just carry yourself differently. You're less likely to be victimized because you stand with an upright posture, you stand with confidence, right? So all of these things are great benefits for jiu-jitsu.
Self-defense change lives, 100%. Parent-child bond. So, I saw parents going to soccer. I saw parents going to baseball practice and then different sports. And then the connection is really real, right? They can play together. They can do other stuffs. But the body touch, they connect with each other, touch each other. That's some things like different, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the kids love it wrestle. And then think about it, one take each other down, another take each other down. They talking about the same language, the same love language. I love jiu-jitsu, I love this wrestle, I love taking down. And they right now, they know how to talk about this specific sport.
Mm-hmm.
Even when the parents doesn't know jiu-jitsu, they are watching the kids training so much, they start learning all this terminology. And then they start getting more understanding what they are talking about. And then it's become like such a connection between parents and the kids. And the jiu-jitsu bring this connection in such a deep way.
Mm-hmm.
And then I love it, see how much they can get close just because of jiu-jitsu. And I can tell you because I saw it happening with you as well. I saw your mom come over here. She tried jiu-jitsu class a couple times. She was training with you just because she's want to hang out with you and they understand what you were doing.
Yeah. It was a very cool experience actually because, you know, I played basketball my whole life, played soccer my whole life. And while I was able to like shoot hoops with my mom sometimes or kick the ball around, you don't really get the same experience as actually being engaged in the sport. You know, it doesn't feel the same as coming here and sharing that bonding experience with my mom. And beyond that, we see parents that train here with their kids, right? And we see like how much closer they get over time because they're able to share techniques with each other. They're able to talk about certain positions. And I don't know, I think it's really cool for like a parent to be involved in the same modality as their child.
And then when the kids started going to competition, adults as well, started going to the competition, they started like supporting the kids.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I know she did that. Like,
Yeah.
oh, she did 10 points. It's amazing how they are in the depth,
Mm-hmm.
right? Connection. I truly love that. And then the last one, it's respect, right? So respect, that's something else for me, my personal feeling. It's the basic state of any relationship. So it's not only about jiu-jitsu, but friendship, relationship, whatever you do in life, if you don't respect it, it's gonna miss the point, right? It's gonna go in a different way. So you gotta respect each other and then respect what people do, what they think, what they believe. And when you respect the others, it's easier to understand the others and then easy to understand your beliefs as well. And the jiu-jitsu teaches people how to respect each other in the different ways, right?
Mm-hmm.
So respect the mat before you go, bow. Respect before you leave a bow. Put your shoes on. Keep your clothes on. Training in like a respect way with your teammates. Don't say bad words. Follow the rules on the mat. Keep your belt on. Like little things that help everybody to create more discipline.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, respect, how to talk with each other, how to protect each other. And then sometimes like things happen, but because everybody's human being, but we are always learning, and then jiu-jitsu brings so much respect for everybody else's lives.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's one of the main reasons people put their kids in martial arts, just in general.
Coordination, discipline, more respect. Most likely for the parents, like, because the parents are like, oh my gosh, they don't listen to me. I need to put them to do something else so they can listen to others. And then that's, as you said, one of the reasons they bring the kids to train jiu-jitsu. So guys, I have a really good time today talking about the benefits of jiu-jitsu and then why jiu-jitsu is not expensive. We gave it 10 reasons why you should put your kid and why you should train jiu-jitsu, and then never ask why it's so expensive, because it's not. It's discipline, it's confidence, it's ability to work in a group, it's mental health, coordination in the body, awareness, it's fitness, it's ability to deal in the different situations, right? It's self-defense and the parent childhood and the respect. So I hope you guys enjoy this podcast. And then we want to come back for the next one. We're going to talk about leadership. Actually, I'm going to give a little taste what's coming up. I have this book right here that I read before that I love. It's called Extreme Ownership. And then taught me so much from Joko Willink, right? He's like author of this book. Also, he's a Navy SEAL. And this book, it definitely changed my life. So next podcast, we're going to talk about extreme ownership and then how much value this book brought in my life.
Yeah, absolutely. He's also jiu-jitsu black belt. Been training for over 20 years. Pillar in the community. Yeah, anyways, thank you guys so much. Look forward to talking with you next time.
Thank you, guys. I hope you guys enjoy. See you next time.